from project2020.com. I want to show you today how to manage your Project 2020 collection in an Airtable. So what Airtable is a database maker, very similar to Excel, just a little bit more features and functionality. Gives you the ability to create a database, create custom views, share them, input via forms, just some extra features. So Airtable's free for I think around 140 records. So as long as your collection is under 140 cards, this will handle it unless you wanted to upgrade. Alternatively is a platform called Notion, which will support your whole card collection. Features are very similar. So you can import, export out of either of them, go back and forth. So if you were to start an Airtable and outgrow it, not want to upgrade, you could migrate over to Notion or back to Excel or whatever. But a lot of the features and how it works is very similar. So Airtable lets you, create bases. So these are all bases. These are some templates they start you with. Also a universe you can check out, which has pre-populated bases that people have created. But we are going to start from scratch. So go ahead and get signed up. And then when you sign in, just come over here to add base. I'm going to start from scratch and call it my project 2020. If you already have an Excel set up, you could import a spreadsheet and then everything will be fine. So when you get into your base, looks like this, a couple columns, action bar where you can filter, group, sort, and then your view control, which I'll show you in a little bit. So what we'll do is first set up our columns. The icon here indicates what kind of column it is. So this first column will have to be our card number. So if I hit this little arrow, customize field type, we'll have it card number. And from the drop down, you see all these different options. We'll just have a number there. We want an integer. And now we can set up our numbers here. We don't need a notes, so I'm going to make this be our artist column. So customize field type, artist, and I like to use a single select here. So this is where you can start adding artists. We'll say Ben Baller, Gregory Sif, JK5, Naturel. We'll just do 4 of them here, but you get the idea. You can also add them directly from here. So if you start typing, you'll be able to add it. Attachments we'll keep. This will be our photo. I'm going to add one more single select for our player. Down here to single select, and we'll say, Ichiro, Mike Trout, and Willie Mays. Yeah, that's fine for now. So we got a few players, move it next to the artist, we got our photo. We'll also do a purchase price. So do currency, and then we can do a value, also a currency, and we could do a profit. Here you'll go all the way down and use formula, and we'll say we want it to be the value minus the purchase price, and the format is a currency. So there's our 3 financial columns. And now I like to do a status, which is also a single select, where this could be like your keep, need, trade, etc. This could also be processing, shipping, delivered, or whatever you want. But I'll just do status for now. And then I'll make one more, which will just be AP. And we'll have a checkbox here. So if it's an AP, you can mark it with a check, like that. All right, so let's fill out our first record. We'll just say we got card number 1 by Ben Baller. It's in each row. Now for your photo, neat trick is to open tops and go to the photo and copy the image address and then add attachment and hit the link option and paste and upload. And it will upload the image. I can do my purchase price, my value. We got to check to see we're $588.33. It'll calculate our profit. For our status, I'm keeping all the Ben Ballers, and I do not have this card in an AP. So there we go. We got our first row selected. So I'll do my next one, which is going to be card number 11, which would be Greg Siff, and this is the George Brett. So since I don't have an option already in my single select, I can just say create a new option, George Brett. Now he'll be in my list. Likewise, grab the photo. So let's see if I can do this quickly. There it is. And I'll copy my image address and link, boom, upload, and 1999, and I think we're at 208.25. Oh, I may have clicked out of this too quick. Upload, there we go. And I'm also keeping this, and actually I have this as an AP, but for now we'll just keep it as is. All right, and I'd like to add one more just to show you the views here in a second. I think it'll be better. Also, if you click any of these cards, you can fill this out as a kind of form view instead of the table view. So actually I'll put in my let's just do a different card here. Let's do this 12 Dwight Gooden by Tyson Beck. So let's go 12 Tyson Beck, create a record. Dwight Gooden, create a record. Grab our photo. And fill out our finance. I'm just going to make this up right now. And then let's just say we need this one. We don't have it yet. Okay, so now I've got a few records. And we see our sum down here, $936 of profit. Here's our value. Here's our purchase total, and so on. So with grouping is kind of cool. So I could say group by status or group by player, but I only have one of each. So since I have 2 keeps in my status, if I group by status, it'll put my 2 keeps together and it will separate my needs, right? You can group by any column that has a single select. So if I had all the Ben Ballers and I were to sort by artist, it would group all the Ben Ballers together, or I could group all of a player together, so on. So that's what grouping is. You can play with that. Filtering, the more common feature where we could be filtering, maybe we could say if AP is checked. I have none, so my filter is out. Nothing. So play with the filters, play with the grouping, and once you say we were to group this view with everything that we want to trade, and we just filtered it. I'm sorry, not grouped it. If we filtered, so it's only displaying what we want to trade. Once that filter set up here, we would come and we would hit add view, and we would create a view with that filter applied. Now you could go and share the link to that view to somebody, and they would be able to see your table of everything that you're willing to trade. What's neat though is you can also create a gallery view. So I can go to gallery here, and it just gives me a different view here. And I can customize how these cards look. So I like the photo to fit in the box. I'll show the artist, show the player. I don't need the little photo down here because it's already up here, so I can turn off the photo. Maybe I just want to show my profit. And yeah, you also can show a filtered view like this. So it's kind of a cool way to look at all your cards once you got everything set up. And your view will stay here now. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna duplicate this record. And I'm just gonna make up some data here just so you guys can see some options. So let's just say, let's just say that's a JK5 and this is Mike Trout, right? So now we got a few different cards. And let's say I wanted to trade this, and I wanted to trade this, and I wanted to trade this. I could come here, create a new grid view. We'll call it for trade. And then come to my filter and say where status is trade. And there we go. Now we've got a view of all the cards that I'm willing to trade. And I can share down here, create a shared view link. So this will only share a link to this view for trade. So maybe, this is a good way to share with someone. These are the cards I'm looking for. Kind of cool. Or you could share the whole base, up to you. So that is kind of a brief intro to Airtable. Now, of course, if I go back to my master and let's say, let me show you one more thing. I'm going to come and create a form. So I'm going to call this form new card. Okay? And it has all my information in it. Maybe you don't want to do the photo as you're putting them in. Maybe you come in, on the weekends and you add your pictures. So we don't need the photo. We just want the quick fields when you check out from Tops and you want to add a card to your record. What information do you want to gather? So we'll gather all this. And now we can just share this form, copy this link and put it in your bookmark or on your phone. And now every time you buy a card, you just need to open this link and let's just say, hey, I just checked out. I just bought card number 76. It's a JK5, George Brett. I paid $19.99. Value, I'll leave empty. Deal with that later. And I'm going to keep this one. Maybe it was an AP you got. So let's just say $199. And then submit. That's all you have to do from your phone. When you log in your Airtable later, it'll be in your table. There it is, ready for us. And now you can get in here and add the picture and fill out some more details. But coming up here and creating a form for yourself to add a record is really helpful. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for all the support and checking out the website. As of right now, we've got over 11,000 hits. I'm really enjoying this community. And if you have any questions, let me know. Cool. Thanks.